MTV's Sugar is a soap opera that shines light on issues surrounding HIV AIDS in Africa and encourages positive conversations around the virus. The show serves as a way to explore common misconceptions and questions with youth living in communities overtaken by HIV.
When we first set out to make MTV Sugar, one of the things that we knew was that young people needed to get more good information about HIV and sexual reproductive health. But also, it wasn't just about giving them the information. We wanted to package it up in a way that meant they would learn something, that they would change their attitudes, and they would also take action to protect themselves. So that was what we wanted to do. I have to say, I'm not sure that we realised how impactful it could possibly be.
To be honest, I didn't think sugar would affect people in this way. I thought people would just enjoy the show and, go back home and say, oh, I watched it. But hearing the response was just amazing, and I think it pushes one to fight for the show to continue.
Shaun, Damons, a motivational speaker from the University of the Western Cape, is living with HIV. He tells us why he's positive about being HIV positive.
In 2005, I crashed. I never knew my status. I went into a coma for 2 months. And when I came about, I was totally paralyzed. My CD4 count was 3, and I was given up for dead. I progressed from being totally paralyzed to a wheelchair, and thereafter to full health. It has been an amazing journey and also pretty much a challenge. Constantly I'm being told that I'm HIV positive. How wrong they are. I think I'm more positive now than I've ever been in my life.
MTV has teamed up with the University of the Western Cape to distribute Sugar DVDs to South African people and communities in hopes that the DVDs get passed on to expand education around the topic that is still seen as taboo.
I think the pandemic has taught us to use newer approaches, and so the old approaches hasn't worked, and so we require new approaches, and using MTV Sugar is a total fresh, young, youth-friendly approach that involves not only young people but their families as well.
The soap opera tells the story of real-life African people in real-life situations in ways that youth in South Africa can relate.
When I got involved, I started really caring about the message, making it more than just about a performance, a great production. It became a learning platform for me as well, even the character, yeah.
My first experience about MTV Sugar was like I didn't understand what is going on in the movie because I wasn't focused about the movie. So I didn't care about it, and I wasn't like I don't worry about it. And then I realized that this is true, and I need to take note to this because I'm seeing this stuff happening in my communities and that because there's other people and other children that don't look at this and don't see that this is real, that is happening in our communities. And afterwards I realized that this is real and I have to take note and play part and to make a change in my community.
Community leaders and elders are happy with the impact the show is having on the youth. Margaret, a go-go from Mfuleni, tells us about HIV has affected her life.
I've got a brother who's HIV positive. The first time he finds out he was HIV positive, he didn't tell my mother. He told us because we're not only 2 sisters, so he told us sisters. So there was nothing ashamed of that. We said, okay, it's fine. But we didn't know he was taking it very serious. As a matter of fact, he nearly killed himself.
With a positive reaction from people both young and old, Sugar is changing the way we speak about HIV/AIDS in Africa.